Ivan Freeman, locally known as the Russian. I'm here today to talk about my ancestry and the culture that's within a certain family within the Liverpool area. And I just happen to be one of those families who've got like a sort of rich and varied heritage. You know, my past descendants, one being a Native American Indian who came to these shores with Buffalo Bill on tour. He was a young brave, and he was the last of one of the tribes that have been sort of captured in certain parts of America. I'm not too sure what part, but he arrived here anyway with Buffalo Bill and unloaded with the Native American plainsmen, which I found out. And from then he met my grandmother, who herself has another side of history, because my grandmother is from descendants of the Jewish population. Her family fled Europe in the early days and arrived on these shores via Plymouth, then through to Bristol, Birmingham and Liverpool. That's how the family originated in Liverpool in the early days. That's how we still to come to be here. So that was a mix in itself. That's the culture of my family being Native American and part Jewish Hebrew. I believe the same as, I'm not too sure whichever one it is. So, and my father himself came from the island of St. Kitts and Nevis. So my mum was already born here, my mum herself. She was born here, as was my sisters and brothers, 9 of us. And on my grandma's side, she also had 5 daughters, one of them being my mum. She also had a sister, but that's my grandma. She had a sister, but I'm not too sure whatever happened to her sister and possibly a brother. But at that time of day, sort of like that old myth of like run away with the circus. That's what I tell people. That's what my grandmother did when she met my grandfather. Like my grandmother and my grandfather, she actually ran away with the circus, so to speak, with Buffalo Bill's entourage, and she became one of the players in Buffalo Bill's entourage. Sometimes she was dressed up as an Indian squaw or and things like that for the whole show. So she travelled with them. My mum was born and my aunties, and my aunties were also involved in circus and vaudeville, which was like a black travelling show that went right across the country and into Europe as well. They done various things from fire eating, tightrope walking, illusionist juggling, all to do with circus acts and circus skills, what I've like today praised as magnificent skills that people have, you know, balance and acts and stuff like that. And also through that in the early 40s, the family house was on there. So like to say Berkeley Street, Liverpool, right, in what they call Toxteth, and people used to stay at my grandma's house, you know, like great show people, because in them times, like obviously people of any colour or of any persuasion couldn't book the hotels in the city. They were just for the gentlemen or the gentlelady classes in Liverpool. So it was very hard. So what they used to do is, like say the black performers, Chinese performers if it was, used to lodge with local people. They got them connections, and my grandma's house was just one of those houses. There was many of them around, and as I know through the family history that Paul Robertson stayed at the house, in my grandma's house. That was Berkeley Street, Liverpool 8. My grandma also raised one of the greatest singers in the world, Shirley Bassey. And it's not just a myth, it's truth, you know. As I say, there's other families in the area that are also great historic and, you know, family history to relate, such as I'm doing. But I think it's worthwhile to talk about it because there's a lot of, as I say, families and people in the area that are great, like the Welsh. You know, some of my family I've married into like actual Welsh people and also Chinese people, you know, so that them cultures are still getting mixed, which is I always say is a true capital of culture, from the Irish to the whatever, let's say, nation or country you come from, you'll find that it's passed through Liverpool Lake, especially as all major ports with the docklands like Bristol, isn't it? Bristol, London, but more so up here because this was a truly major international. Also as well, for a time it was the slave port, and those people that did get transported from Africa or the Americas to Liverpool. Some of them actually stayed, there's still descendants of them today, still in Liverpool, the few that stayed here. But there was already black people in Liverpool as well, which has been noted in history, in the books in the Central Library. It's not just like the slaves happened and they come to Liverpool, there was already people here. My family life is one of those people that were here. So, on top of all that, I'm proud of me history anyway, my family history. I'm proud of Liverpool in spite of all its ups and downs. I'm proud to be like a scouser with all that varied culture mix, you know. And that's it.
She spent